Okay, so sorry, what? How does that sound? Here we go. All right. Let's get it going. So a little bit about me. Who is that? Jeepers. So apart from my fresh fade, I was a dual athlete at Wilfrid Laurier University. I was blessed with the opportunity to play both rugby and football. While I was there, I did get an education, but I was also there to have a whole lot of fun there. I was a former police officer with the Toronto Police Service, and before that, I was a special constable with Metrolinx. So if you guys kind of want to go toe-to-toe, please don't do it here because I'm no longer in the service and I'm not ready for that smoke. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and what that means is I've just been an entrepreneur for my whole life. I got some guys in the back, I've known them since childhood, and I've been doing it. I had like, a t-shirt business. I was selling pop and chips out of my locker. I was like, cleaning cars. I had a first aid company. So I've been doing this entrepreneur thing for a while, and I'm blessed with the opportunity now to do it as a real estate investor. As I said, I am a real estate investor, and I've had a whole bunch of experience. We've been involved in some flips, some private lending, buy and holds, BRRRRs, you name it, we've kind of got involved in it, and I'm happy to share that experience here with you guys today. And finally, I'm the founder of First Position Real Estate, and I'm honored with the opportunity to bring this presentation to you today. All right, so let's start with an introduction. So this quote is from Andrew Carnegie. 90% of all millionaires made their money through owning real estate. More money has been made owning real estate than any other industrial investment. So I want you guys to really take this in and think about it. So let's think we got 10 millionaires. How many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So everyone in the back, they're all millionaires. If everyone stood up, 9 of them would have done it in real estate, and probably that one other wishes he would have done it in real estate there. So this is a really good example to see, like, man, if a lot of millionaires are doing it in real estate, this got to be something that unlocked that wealth conversation we're all talking about. Now, Andrew Carnegie, he was like an industrial guy. He made his money in like industry, and he was always thinking, he's like, man, I'm working so hard to make my money. Like, he's in the factories, he's manufacturing, where all these other guys are buying real estate or working in real estate. So there had to be something there. So you're probably asking me, okay, Isaiah, like, Andrew Carnegie, he made that statement in the 1800s, and now we're in 2022. Is real estate still a good investment? Well, I'll say it is, and I'll even back it up with some stats. The College Investor has said that even in February 2020, the height of COVID, when everyone was masked up, couldn't shake hands with no one, still 90% of millionaires still made their wealth through real estate. So let's contrast kind of where we are. 1800s, everyone was making money in real estate. We're in 2020, everybody's making money in real estate. This just goes to show you that real estate is one of the best asset classes for long-term wealth, and there's tons of evidence to do it all, over time, and I'm super excited to get you guys involved in it today. We'll go to the next slide for me. All right, before we dive on the learning outcomes, actually go back one. Before we dive into the learning outcomes, I want to know what you guys are looking to get out of this. So as you can see on all your tables, you guys got a pack of sticky notes. Everyone can find them. Some are blue, some are red or pink, some are yellow. Can everyone find them? Hands up if you didn't find them. Good, no hands. So what I want you to do, everyone take your pen, and I want you to write one thing that you're looking to get out of this seminar today, or this workshop today. One thing, we're gonna go 60 seconds, you're on the clock. It's the first period timeout, go ahead now. You guys are saying, so I need 5 volunteers. Hands up, what did you write on yours? Ryan, what are you looking to get out of it today?
Where to begin?
Where to begin, that's awesome. Can I have your sheet? Perfect.
That's not one word.
Sorry?
That's not one word. He said one thing.
He said one thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all right. No, listening. Peter, what are you looking to get out of it today?
Wealth.
Wealth?
Yeah.
Peter's looking to get wealth right out of the gate. He wants to leave here making millions. Anyone else? Someone over here. What are you looking to get out of it?
How to get into the market for the first time.
How to get into the market. I love it. I love it here. We got 3 right here.
How to access other funding for projects.
Ooh,
like
some creative financing there. Money man in the back. What we got?
Underwriting based on location.
Ooh, underwriting some different deals. I like that. I'll take one more. We'll go one more example there, and then I'll kind of share what we're going through here. Thanks so much. One more example. Who we got? Yeah.
Understanding what it is you guys do. I work for TV, and I'm a mortgage broker.
Ooh, okay. So understanding what we're doing on the investment side.
Will help me understand what I can do for you.
Excellent. I love it there. So what we're going to do, I know there's tons of other ones, and when we take the break, I'll have you guys post all your stuff here. But for now, we'll post a couple here just so you guys have an idea of what we're looking for. So we have underwriting, how to access additional funding. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. How to access additional funding. Peter just wants to make a bank when he leaves here today. Understanding the real estate market from the mortgage side and where to begin. So a whole bunch there. Taylor, why don't you give us the next slide and we'll go through our learning outcomes. So today we're going to go through the various strategies for real estate investing. Because I like to say, there's not one way to skin a cat, right? We can do real estate investing a ton of different ways, and we'll highlight some of those today. We'll go over why or why not you should invest in real estate. We'll understand why investing in real estate is more like a get rich slowly and not a get rich quick kind of thing here. We'll identify why the long term is the most effective strategy for real estate investing. We'll highlight how real estate can be purchased in a variety of ways, and how to identify a good market, and how to practically apply this education when we're looking for our next deal. Wow, that did not work the way I thought. That's okay. That's okay. We'll fix that after that. All right, so we're gonna jump into the 7 reasons where I love real estate. Now, I went through a ton of work trying to get this down to 7, but we got it down to 7, so we're gonna bear with me here. So first thing, positive monthly cash flow. Hands up if you like getting free money in the bank every month. Hands up. That's it? Okay, that should be everyone. One of the best things I love about real estate investing, when done properly, your property is gonna give you positive monthly cash flow each and every month. Every month, whether you're on the beach, whether you're at work, whether you're picking up your kid from soccer, boom. First of the month, that cash hits your pocket, and that continues to grow month over month. Now, you don't get this with every investment. Like, stocks aren't paying you every month, crypto's not paying you every month. This is one of the reasons I love real estate as an asset class. Next thing here. Attractive tax benefits. I think we've all heard Donald Trump on many occasions say, you know what, I don't pay tax. And a big reason because of that is that he has a lot of real estate. Now, again, I'm not a tax professional. I do work with an accountant. He kind of keeps me sane and out of the CRA's good graces. But owning real estate gives you amazing tax benefits, whether it's depreciation, write-offs, different ways to allocate your income. Real estate is an amazing asset class where you can modify your tax strategy so you end up in the most tax advantaged situation. Next time we have long-term appreciation is nearly guaranteed. Now everyone stop, relax. I know I said appreciation and guaranteed and everyone's like, oh my goodness. But I said it's nearly guaranteed. Obviously we're in a market today where real estate prices have gone down. But I want you guys to think about like 10 years ago. If you bought a house 10 years ago and you're looking at the price 10 years ago versus where it is now, even in a down market, that property is still appreciated. And I'm just talking about natural appreciation. Imagine if we took some time, we renovated it, we added some value into it, we increased the rental income, boom, this property is going through the roof. So I like to think of real estate as a naturally appreciating asset over the long term. There's no 10-year period in Ontario history where real estate has not gone up. And that's why I'm so passionate about this asset class here. The next one here, you enjoy more control than any other investment. Now for this one, I want to do a little bit of an activity there. So I need a couple volunteers. Hands up if you want to be a volunteer. You guys in the back are definitely volunteers. We've got Ashton, the volunteers here, and you guys there. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to guys give you 3 things. All right? I know it looks unorthodox. Who's a volunteer over here? You guys over here. Okay, so I'm going to give them a bag of marbles. Bag of marbles. You guys are going to have a box of Connects. You guys can work together. Just a box of Connects. And then I got the money team back here. I'm going to give them a deck of cards, okay? Feel free to turn around, look at them with all your eyes, and really engage with what they're doing. So, just so we're clear, our friends here, we have a bag of marbles. Sorry, what names here? Supo and Varga. They have a bag of marbles. Guys in the back, they have a bucket of Connects. And then we have the money guys in the back. They have a deck of cards. What I'm going to ask you to do, you have 90 seconds. I want you to add value to the items that I've given you. Take whatever I've given you, and I want you to add value. Make what you have more valuable to me, okay? You have 90 seconds. Time starts now. Go ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's 90 seconds. Hands up, hands off. Hands off. We're all good. Okay, so let's start with the cards. I gotta hear this. All right, what are we doing with the cards back here?
Well, you gave me cards.
I gave him cards, yes.
Now we're back there making bets, and the winner gets the Smile Box cookie.
Smile Box cookie. Okay, so what I'm hearing, because I told you to add value, correct? So let's say I get the cookies and they're bad. They don't taste good. Did you add value or did you lose value?
No way they're bad because they have a smile on them.
But are you able to control? Did you make the cookies?
No, but a pretty reputable company did.
Ah, okay, but still, we have no control over how the cookies are made, correct? So at the end of the day, we still have a deck of cards. You kind of feel where I'm going there? Let's go to my marble table. What did we do with our marbles? What did we get?
So we got different types of marbles put together, and they kind of group them onto different styles and different colors, and then put them on a nice little base to create the acoustic
Okay, so you took marbles and you separated them on the table.
With different look, like so.
Oh, okay. So you dressed them up, you put some lipstick on them, made them look, but at the end of the day, they're still marbles, right? Okay, still marbles. Guys in the back, what did we do with our connects?
We decided to make somewhat of a car.
Oh, oh,
We figured you need to get to point A to point B.
yeah?
And yeah, you can either sell it, use it.
Boom. So what I'm hearing is you took something that you had control over, you added value to it, and now you have something that's more valuable. You see what I'm saying here? So let's break this down on some investment level. So let's look at the cards. Ashton, if you want to hand me a couple cards.
You don't want any cookies?
No, I'm good with the cookies. So let's think of cards as stocks or bonds. So let's say you buy some stocks of Coca-Cola, some stocks in Pepsi or Nike, right? They're good, but you have no control over it. What happens if Nike has this big, child worker scandal? What happens if Coke, ends up getting an entire church population sick? Your stock price is going down and you have no control over it. Let's talk about our marbles. So let's think of the marbles as Bitcoin. So you got Ethereum, you have Bitcoin, you have Dogecoin, all these other silly little coins. Yeah, they're all nice, they're separated, they look lipstick, they're all cute, they look nice. But at the end of the day, they're super volatile. Let's say one day I stopped caring about marbles, you stopped caring about marbles. They got no value anymore. We just didn't do anything because we have no control. Now, I'm sure you know where I'm getting with this. We go back to our connects. I give them something. They take it, they add value. They put effort, they put time, they put creativity into it, and they're able to add value. And we go from a box of kids' toys to, what'd you guys make?
A nice, beautiful car.
What kind of car is it, Ryan?
Chevrolet.
A Chevrolet. Hey, that's a good brand. That's a strong brand, right? So that kind of just illustrates that real estate, you have control over that asset. You buy a house and it starts deteriorating, boom, let's put some new windows in it. Let's add some new floors. Let's paint it. Let's add a second unit. Now we're adding so much value to that asset class. And that's number 4. There's more control with this and you're able to add some value there. Let's move on to number 5. It's easy to understand and get started. How many people in this room are PhDs? Oh, just me? Just you? Yeah, okay, perfect. So not a lot. You don't need a PhD, you don't need a master's. At the basics, real estate investing is very simple. We're gonna buy a property. As long as the income is more than the expenses, we have a positive cash flowing property. And at the base, that's all you need to get started. Now, we can get more complicated as we go into flipping, BRRRRs, financing, all this creative stuff. But at the basis, it's very easy to understand and get started. The next one we have here is you don't have to be rich to invest in real estate. Who here has a cool mill sitting in their bank account right now? Just a cool mill. Just nice and easy. Cool mill. Yeah, just a cool mill, perfect, all right? So for the most of us, we don't got a cool mill sitting there, because if you are, I would be very confused on why you're at this workshop and not at a different one there. But you don't need a lot of money to get started. There's so many ways, and we'll highlight some today, where you don't need a bunch of money to get started in real estate. Joint venture partnerships, wholesaling, looking for off-market deals. There's tons of stuff you can do with little to no money. And last one here. It's a great hedge against inflation. You're going to hear from one of our guest speakers today, Gary Hibbert, big mentor of mine, and he articulates this super well, but I'll do my best here. As you can see, the price of goods have gone up. Who here has got gas lately and looked at your pump and you'd be like, really, it's like that? Okay, right? So with real estate, inflation is really good. Like, I sat through the kind of rise we had the last couple of years and I saw my property prices tick upwards, I will say that. But if you're working with your regular job and you have your regular investments, they don't track well with inflation. Nobody here got a 30% raise at their job. I'm sorry, it's just not the case. But the real estate market saw easily 30% of growth over the last 5 years. So if you just owned one rental property, imagine what that could do in terms of inflation on the price of your property as well as the rental income that you're making. So again, real estate, great hedge against inflation. All right, so we got through the 7 steps, the 7 reasons why I love real estate, but now let's jump in to the 7-step formula for real estate investing. First thing we're gonna do is we're going to identify your financial health. Now this is important because, like I said, if you had a cool mill sitting in the bank account, you're probably not looking for like a fixer-upper to flip, and you're not looking for like a $200,000 property. And the same thing, if you're saving like $500 a month, we're not investing in 24-unit apartment buildings. Understanding where you are now financially will help you understand an investing strategy so that you're successful when you leave here and you go forward. So let's go to step 1. Yeah. So we're gonna start with the survivalist. Before we get started here, there's 5 health stages, because I all know you read my book, right? Excellent. So the first thing we're gonna go through the survivalist. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to close your eyes and we're gonna go through this avatar. When you close your eyes, not yet. I want you to visualize that person in your life who fits this. Maybe it's you, maybe it's a cousin, a family member, somebody at work. And again, I'm not gonna make you close your eyes for each one, but for this one, I want you to close your eyes and really see if you can pull that avatar out to help you identify this financial stage. So go ahead and close your eyes now. Peter, hands to yourself. All right, so the survivalist. This is the stage where the majority of the world is. They're simply trying to stay alive. They have a job and they're compensated for the number of hours they work. They usually get compensated once a week or maybe every 2 weeks for the work that they do. When the paycheck comes in, it's usually used immediately to buy food, shelter, and maybe some electricity. They work to pay bills, and they maybe have a little bit of excess to enjoy the niceties of life. All right? Now that is financial health stage number 1. We call that the survivalist. So why don't you guys open your guys' eyes up? Perfect. Did that identify with anyone? Again, I don't need you to raise your hands, but what we're going to go through is the next 3 stages to find out where you are. And again, that's where we have a spot in our workbook, our worksheet where you can write that down. So just make some notes so we can identify where we are there. So moving on to the stable survivalist. So this is the next stage up. So you have all the elements of the first survivalist, but you're now starting to establish some stability. Your earnings are beginning to surpass your bills. So that spread, you're starting to save some actual money. Now, the majority of people here, this is when you start contributing to like an RSP, maybe a pension at your work, or some other savings account at a financial institution. You have a few additional dollars in your checking account, and it gives you a little bit of peace of mind each month. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not financially independent or anything, but you're not crying for your next paycheck every single month. You begin to develop job skills here that are worth more, whether you're in sales, maybe you're in marketing, or maybe you're a manager and able to manage people. This is the stage that most people are at in the stable survivalist. Moving on to stage 3. This is the money saver, and I would say about 60% of the people that we deal with are usually in this stage here. You have previous experience with stability, and now you're starting to stack some actual money. You're looking at that bank account, and you're giving it one of those every now and again, because you're actually starting to stack some substantial cash there. You understand now that money needs to be working as hard as you. In the stages before, you were working for your money, but now you're looking back and say, hey, my money needs to be working just as hard as I am. You're starting to work and improve your financial skills, and this is the stage where financial education starts playing a role in your life. You're understanding investments, and you're looking for ways that you can grow your income with the money that you already have. You recognize the value of time, and you're starting to look like, hey, this 40 hours a week, I can't make it just doing it myself. I need to add something else to that equation to get to that financial stage that I want to be. This brings us to step number 4, and this is when I start getting excited. I start bumping up and down when people start touching stage number 4. So now you have a large sum of money, and you're looking to invest it. You're not just looking to look at it now. You're looking to get that money into the market working for you. You have followed all the wise practices of the saver, but you want to see your money increase as much as possible. You're aware now that real estate has the potential for substantial returns, and you're looking to get involved. You're looking to buy assets rather than liabilities. And if you haven't read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, stop here. Don't pass go and go read that book right now, and you can get the assets, liabilities conversation. And finally, you're motivated to turn your money into more consistent passive income. All right, final stage we have here, stage number 5. Hands up if you want to be stage number 5. Hands up if we're going stage number 5. This is where we're going. I'm telling you here when we're leaving here, we're all getting in the car on our way here. This is the stage where we aspire to be. This is where the wealthy people are surviving solely off their investment income. They're not worried about the economy. They're not worried about gas prices going up. They're not worried about inflation hitting crazy levels. They're excited because they live off their investment income. They're shielded from economy collapses, and their view of the world changes dramatically. All right, so we've gone through stages 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why don't we take 30 seconds? I think it's what? Question number 2? I forgot, I didn't even look.
Yes, 2.
Question number 2, thanks, Ryan. 30 seconds question, and why don't you guys write down what financial stage you're at. If you guys are in the middle between 2 and 3, 1 and 2, that's okay. You can write 1 and 2, but let's take 30 seconds now, get an idea of where you are there. If you guys want me to go back to any slides, I can do that for you as well, okay? 30 seconds.